know you make me float, float. Boy, you really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, dope. 'Cause you serve me on a regular.
Hi everyone, welcome back to part 4 of our Silicone Baby painting series. And this is for a full body silicone baby. In the last part we did veining and some little blue shadowing. I didn't film as much as I wanted to, but I was feeling a little under the weather, so I was able to get out that much. You'll also notice that the background has changed, so we're not using the puppy pad right now because as the paint comes on, it is a little sticky, and I was noticing that kind of now that the puppy pad is being moved around, some of the lint is coming up off of it. You also, I don't know if this kit looks a little bit different to you because I had to wash them based on the fact that there was so much lint coming off of the puppy pad. So you can absolutely, after kit paint has dried or cured, you can wash them between paint. A lot of people do it. I don't know if it's a lot, but I've heard of people who will spray them down with alcohol to make sure that they get rid of the fuzzies. And I needed to really do that because I noticed fuzzies on the hands. Okay, so let's take a look at what we achieved, or what I achieved with our last painting session. I was able to get some really nice shading here in the palms. And I always like to do that, even with my older dolls, but definitely with a newborn baby. And did you guys notice that I used 2 different size brushes? So I used this larger brush, even though it's not large, and it was more tapered, but I used that for the bigger veins, which you'll find right here on his forehead. And I really like the way that looks around the face and head. Then I used this thinner brush for more detailed veining, like here in the wrist. I feel like it's kind of light, but I think that, it's kind of like a science. You don't really know how it's going to turn out, even though you may have done it before. On another kit, I like this line that comes down here, but I feel like that needs to be a little more prominent. And there is kind of like a ridge there. I also wanted to define the kit's spine, which I feel like it could be more prominent. So I definitely will come back for that. I do like the shading here, which you will see a lot of times on newborns. The feet, I like to always put shading on the feet. I know at first it kind of looks unrealistic because you don't see any of the blush tones in there, but once we get that, I think it'll look a lot better. Also, I like to put a vein on the front of the feet running down the big toe up the leg. And so that is what we are working with now. What I'm going to do today is work on some mottling. Now, I always mottle. I don't know how necessary it is for ethnic babies if you're really doing deep brown tones, but this is a little one, and I feel like there's going to be some significant modeling, even with an ethnic baby. This is one that I created, this sponge, and I've already pulled out some of the pieces with tweezers, and it worked very well on my baby with albinism. So I know we haven't really looked at her yet and her details, but I gave her some mottling even though she's a toddler-sized child. So anyway, I mixed up my paint. I'm in the process of mixing it. This is kind of the color that I go for. I call it the Pepto-Bismol pink. It's kind of thin, so we'll see how that works. I need some napkins to do some test blocks. instead of backside, because I have so much of this paint left over. So I was going to cure him, but when I tested, it's like an hour later and he is already dry enough for me to flip him over onto his back and work on the second side. So here we go, guys. Oh yeah, and that plastic paper sheeting did not work very well. It was sliding all over the place. All right, so let's get it going.